Hi everybody, in second grade, you guys are going to be doing a self-portrait today in the style of Pablo Picasso. And so our style today, we're going to call it Cubism. And it's not going to look like a regular self-portrait like you've done in kindergarten or first. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated, but you are second graders, so I know you can handle it. I'll be doing two demos, one for my boys and one for my girls, but one I'll do in color and one I will not. So you're going to be starting everything with a pencil today, and we'll be using some oil pastels to fill in with color when that time is up. And those are the most important things you're going to be using. There is no Sharpie today because we're using black construction paper. So make sure that your construction paper when you start is not horizontal. We want it vertical. We want it ready for a portrait. And we're going to start with our pencil. Now you're going to be able to see the pencil on the black paper. A lot of you think, there's no way, Miss Hopkins. No, it's true. Pencil will totally work, and it's shiny, so it's pretty cool. You can totally see it. We're going to be doing a big U shape. I'm going to start at the top of the paper. We're going to come down and come back up, okay? And make sure you don't go too close to the edge. So I'm going to go in a little bit right about here, and I'm going to come back up. So I've got the big old letter U right here. Pretty easy. Now, at the bottom, we're just going to include a neck. Boom. So I have a giant head. You're going to be doing two different directions. One of you is going to be looking to the side, and the other part of you is looking at us. Now what we do for that is we're going to do our little dividing line. Now this is going to be like the line that you trace down your face. Put your fingers on your forehead and drag it down your nose. You're going to feel all the way down to your chin. That's called your profile. So we're going to draw a profile here. It's going to have a forehead. It's going to go in where you feel your nose, out, around your nose, down, over your lips, and then back to your chin. Whoa. If you need to reverse that, check it out again, go for it. I'm going to go ahead and include an ear. So because I used my pencil first, I'm going to include my ear. Now you can see, if I cover this part up, this is the side of my face. This is the part that's looking at you when you turn your head, okay? This side is going to be the side that's facing you. So when I do my ear on this side, it's not going to stick out quite as much, but it's going to be about the same area. I'm going to put one gigantic eye. Why in the world is it so big, and why is it shaped like a pizza? Well, that eye is looking at the side, so you're not going to see the whole shape. And because it's really big, Pablo Picasso used to change the size and shape of things because that's the style of Cubism, looking around from different directions. If you guys have an ice cube, it's usually square. It's got lots of different faces. So this type of art is called Cubism because you have lots of different directions you can look at the art. Sometimes the art's looking up, down, all the way around. The other eye, however, is not facing the same direction. It's going to be different. It's going to be more traditional. It's going to be like a lemon shape, but we're going to make it really big. Okay? Kind of strange, I know. We'll give both eyes an eyebrow. Okay? Inside of the eye, we're going to do a big old iris and a pupil. On this side, part of the iris, part of the pupil. The lips on the side that is facing, your shoulder, looking over your shoulder, is going to have small lips. The side that's facing you is going to have lips that are a little bit bigger. You can stretch them out. See what we're looking at? If you cover up half of your drawing, you should see someone looking at their side and someone looking at you. Right now, our portraits don't have any hair, so we all kind of look the same like little baldies. So, boys, I'm going to draw a hairstyle for you first. what you're gonna wanna do is keep an eye on where the sides of your head was, which we drew them. Most of my girls are gonna cover up that area with hair. Boys, a lot of you guys have shorter haircuts, so you don't have to worry about it. So maybe you have spiky hair. Or maybe it goes all the way to your ear. Well, if you're not sure where your hair goes, please ask for a mirror. We have plenty of them in the art room. And if your hair's a little shaggier, boys, it's gonna go back here, maybe behind your ear, and that's about it. Now this line here, we can go ahead and erase. And if you have spiky hair on the other side, because you probably do, I'm gonna erase that line. Oops, my little eraser came off my pencil. And on this side, I really only see it just to the top of the ear. Now, that is a simple haircut. You're gonna be filling that in with color in a little bit. Lots of fun. Now, if you have some texture in your hair, if it's like wavy, put some lines in it. You can divide it up. Now remember, you're gonna color inside of them, so I wouldn't make them too close together. Okay? But that's pretty much it for most of my boys' styles. You can put your line inside of your ear if you want to, okay? If you have glasses like Miss Hopkins, I'll show you how to add those on last. I forgot to add an eyelid on this side. So now I've got eyelid, eyelid, everything matches. If you want to make your nose a little bit bigger on the side, you can add your other nostril. But that's about it. As for my ladies, we're going to do the same kind of thing. Big ol' U shape. And your neck. Divide that face. Okay. Really big eyeball. Really big eyeball. I'm gonna go ahead and put my full ear on this side. My skinnier version on this side. Going a little bit faster because this is the same thing you just saw me do with the gentleman. Okay, you can add your nostril, your small version of your mouth on the side, your bigger smile on the other side, eyelid, eyelid. So this is kind of where we all kind of make the decision of how our hair is gonna go. And now for my girls, most of you guys have a lot more hair than the boys in the class. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up the page with our hair. Now when you look at the boys with the short hair, or anybody with a short haircut, they have all this space around their hair. And they're gonna have to fill that in with a color. They're gonna have to do a background color. But our hair is going to be the background color. So for me, my hair is wavy. It goes right to my ears. It goes down all the way to my shoulders. And I'm drawing some big old wavy lines to fill it in. Okay, and you're gonna pay attention because you don't wanna make those lines too close together. Because when we color this in, we're coloring it in with oil pastel. And oil pastel is not very sharp. You can't sharpen it like a colored pencil. It's a lot like a crayon. And so all lines you want to be really, really wide and easy for you to color. So here's my ladies example. Here's my gentleman example. Now when you guys start coloring, I'll use my boys as my first example. I always tell the kids to start with their skin. We've been doing this project for like 8 years. It's a big hit. It always comes out really nice. I just peeled my oil pastel because it wasn't very sharp anymore. Instead of throwing this on the floor in the art room, I would probably put it in the garbage. I'm gonna keep a pile for garbage right here. When I'm using my oil pastel, I don't have to press very hard. I'm using a color that matches my skin tone. You're gonna have to find a color that matches you really well. I'm actually gonna have to use 2 colors. to get the skin tone here that I want. You might actually have to use 3 colors. And you don't really want to press very hard because it's going to take you a long time. Okay, the skin takes a while. If you'd like to blend it out with your finger or a paper towel, you can. Good place to test all of those colors is on the back of your paper. Here's a peach, here's a lighter peach, here's a brown. If I mix them together, I can kind of get the color that I need. If I'm having somebody with some tanner skin, if you've spent all summer at the beach, you might have a really nice tan going on. So you have to mix some colors to get the color that you want. If you've got a sunburn, you might need to mix in some pink. Okay? I shouldn't see anybody with purple skin or blue skin or anything like that. That would just be ridiculous. So let's say we colored all of it in. We have all of our skin colored in. We did the same thing in our hair. Your hair might need a couple colors too. You guys are gonna need to get a black oil pastel. And you're gonna be tracing all of those pencil lines. I'm just gonna do a corner of it right about here so you can see how thick Miss Hopkins is tracing. You're gonna see those lines need to be really, really thick. I'm not joking. Every pencil line you did needs to be very thick and very dark because that's the Picasso style. Here's one that I did earlier. It's completely finished. I would even say if you have extra time in the art room to go over those pencil lines again. Really make sure the black stands out, okay? You can add a shadow on the side of the neck if you want to. If you want to add eyelashes, you can totally do that. You'll notice in this hair for mine, I used a couple different colors, okay? My name is at the bottom, but we're also going to be making sure that we put all of our information on the back of our paper, just in case you forget the front. We are in 2nd grade, so you need to do a 2 dash whatever letter your teacher is. If this is Miss Manini's class, I would use an M. I'd circle it, and that is a paper that's ready to go home. This will take you a couple class periods. There's lots of details here. If you noticed, I even used a white pastel to put some sparkle in the eye. Okay, so you are not finished unless this black pastel has gone over your pencil lines at least 2 to 3 times. I don't want it to be very light. In fact, Pablo Picasso used a really, really big paintbrush when he would do all of his black lines. So make sure that you guys are doing the same thing. So the first step is all of our pencil drawing, just like this. Then you need to start coloring in. I would start with your skin, move on to your hair, eyes, all of that. The black outlining is the last step, and that's when kids tend to rush. So it's not gonna look as nice as my finished example if you don't take your time. Every time I look back at mine, I can just find another spot. I even want to add some eyelashes under my eye because you know what? I looked in the mirror and I noticed that we have those too. The most important line here in the whole drawing is the line that divides your face in 2. So you get 2 perspectives. Someone looking on the side, someone looking at you. And both of those people are you because it's your self-portrait. I told you I'd show you how to do the glasses before we stopped, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on my girl version. I'm just gonna do it with a pencil right now. Actually, maybe I'll use a white oil pastel. You should be able to see it really well. So this is something I would add very, very last step. I wouldn't even use a pencil. For this one, my glasses happen to be blue, so I used a blue oil pastel. I'm gonna use white because I think it'll show up really nice. On the side, you just have a flat line and a line that goes right to your ear. kind of like the letter L, okay? Then you're gonna have the part where your glasses come together, the little nose piece. On this side, it's the whole shape of the glasses. And boom, you're done. Totally easy. That's basically how you do it. It's hard to turn your head and also see the shape of your glasses, so that's why I wanted to show it to you like that. So this is what you're going for when you're all finished. Make sure you double check all those lines, even the lines up in the hair. You want to make sure those are super black, super dark, because we want this oil pastel to look like we used paint, like Pablo Picasso did when he did all of his Cubism portraits. All right, boys and girls, good luck. I cannot wait to see them when you're all finished.